Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video, I will be giving you guys 5 quarterbacks that I think the Washington football team should target this offseason in free agency or via trade. So make sure you guys stick to the end to find out the 5 quarterbacks. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content. So let's get right into the video. Washington has been exploring a bunch of different options at the quarterback position this offseason, including Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff, Derek Carr, Marcus Mariota, Sam Darnold, a bunch of quarterbacks that they have been rumored to be interested in. So it is clear that they want to make at least an attempt to make an upgrade at the quarterback position. So we will be going through 5 quarterbacks that I think they should consider to help upgrade that spot. And we're going to try to be realistic, but the first one might be a little bit unrealistic, but I love Dak Prescott, and I know a lot of people don't like him just because he's on the Cowboys, but he's been a really good player for them for the last few years. This year obviously had the injury, but before then had 1,800 yards in about 4 games before getting hurt in that 5th game, 9 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, was balling out. In 2019, 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. They, were 8-8, and years before that, he was solid as well. He's going to command a lot of money, but if we can get him and steal him from our division rivals, not only will it make us a lot better, but it will make the Cowboys much worse and make us the clear favorites in the NFC East, and maybe we could even possibly win a playoff game or more with Dak Prescott. The problem with Dak, obviously, is it's not very likely that he leaves Dallas, and also if he does, it will be a lot of money. But if somehow he does leave, I would like to offer him a bunch of money. I know it's going to be expensive, but I just think, he is one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL and would help us out a bunch. He's a great leader, exactly what Ron and, our organization wants. And he's somewhat mobile as well, so it fits the mold of the quarterback that our franchise is looking for. And the next one is Marcus Mariota, and I would definitely consider it, and not at a high price, no way a 2nd-round pick, and probably not a 3rd-round pick, but Ben Stanek wrote an article for The Athletic today, and he said the remainder of Mariota's contract, a $10.625 million salary with a $100,000 workout bonus, includes escalator clauses that could significantly increase his payout and cap hit this season. The Raiders are not looking to keep the 27-year-old for that much, and only 1 year remaining on his contract. 3 front office executives on the player personnel side think a 5th-round selection might be enough to acquire him, and a 5th-round pick, I would definitely do that for Mariota, because, if he doesn't work out, if, Heineke or Kyle Allen beats him out, all you gave up is a 5th-round pick for a guy that has a lot of potential. So if you only have to give up a 5th-round pick, why not take a swing on a guy that was a former 2nd overall pick, and maybe with the change of scenery can benefit and end up being a franchise, type quarterback. 2016 was his best year, 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, then regressed the next 2 years, and then got benched in 2019 for Ryan Tannehill. And this past year with the Raiders, played in 1 game and actually had a pretty good game, 61% completion percentage, about 226 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and had 88 yards on the ground. Had a lot of different read option stuff in that game. 1 also rushing touchdown. Had a pretty good game, and he's another quarterback that Washington would be interested in because of his mobility. So a 5th-round pick, if that's the case, because they might end up releasing him. So if you can ensure you're going to get him for, let's say, a 5th, maybe a 6th-round pick, which we don't have this year, so let's say a 5th-round pick, I don't see a reason to not do it unless there's another better option like Dak Prescott or maybe some of the other guys that we'll be talking about in the next couple of minutes. So definitely would not mind Marcus Mariota at a 5th-round value. That's pretty good in my opinion, and he has some good potential. And like I said, if it doesn't work out, all you gave up is a 5th-round pick, and that's fine with me. The next player on this list, a lot of people don't like this guy. to be the quarterback here. But I would definitely entertain it. Jameis Winston, who played for the Saints this past year, he didn't play much, even when Drew Brees was out, but he completed 7 for 11 passes, 7 out of 11 passes, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Did have a really nice pass in the playoffs against the Bucks. That touchdown pass, a really good year. Year before that, his infamous season, 5,100 yards, 33 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. He's a former #1 overall pick. He has a lot of potential, and it's going to be interesting to see how he bounces back and if he is even made available this offseason. A year under Sean Payton and Drew Brees might help him out. And, the system he played in under Bruce Arians is not necessarily a quarterback-friendly system in terms of turnovers. So, obviously, he still needs to work on his turnovers. But, he's not going to be throwing 30 interceptions. At least I hope not if he is here. So I think that's another intriguing option for the Washington football team. You wouldn't have to pay him much. You wouldn't have to obviously give up any trade capital. So I would definitely look into that. So the fourth option is Derek Carr. Would love Derek Carr. I just don't think it's very realistic. It's possible though, if they find, if they either somehow get Deshaun Watson, which is not very likely, or if they find a quarterback this year in the draft that they really, really like, that they really think has a lot of potential, then maybe they will move on from Derek Carr. Because if they can get a first round pick plus, something, let's say a first and a fourth round pick. I'm just throwing out stuff. A first and a fourth round pick. Maybe they use that and their first round pick this year to trade up into the top 7-ish picks and get their guy, whether that be Trey Lance, Justin Fields, or someone else. He's an intriguing option, an above average quarterback. This past year, 3-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, 101 pass rating, had a pretty good year. And he's relatively cheap, for the level of quarterback he is. $20 million is a pretty good deal, in my opinion. Would not mind him at all in the burgundy and gold. It's a matter of if he's going to be made available and how much are you going to be willing to give up. And the last guy in this list is Jacoby Brissett, and I think he's a solid option for us. Not going to cost much, and he's definitely one of the last resorts. If you can't get any of these other guys, then you maybe go to him and some of the other, Tyrod Taylor, Ryan Fitzpatrick, other guys, in free agency. But, Brissett has played good in the past. In 2019 with the Colts, 15 games, 61% completion percentage, 18 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. But, he was playing really hurt. He had a knee injury for the second half of the season. Before then, he was even playing better than 18-6. So he has some potential, and he could be a solid starter for you, maybe a bridge guy for a couple years. And I'd rather have him than Teddy Bridgewater because he has a little bit of potential. He's still somewhat young, and he's had some recent success, at least in 2019 with the Colts. He's a free agent, so we'll see if the Colts bring him back. Maybe they are in the Carson Wentz sweepstakes, but if they don't end up with Carson Wentz, then maybe they'll re-sign him and we won't be able to go after him. But nonetheless, I think it's a solid option, but much rather have these first 4 guys than Jacoby Brissett because, I think he is a slight upgrade over Heineke and Allen, but you don't know if he is, and he's not much of an upgrade, so why not just bring back Heineke and Allen if he's barely an upgrade? And, Heineke and Allen already know the system, so yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this quarterback carousel plays out for Washington. Let me know, out of these 5 guys, who do you like the most for, obviously the price you're going to pay, whether it be the salary or trade compensation or both. So, and also let me know some other guys you guys would like. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to subscribe. If you guys are new, smash that like button, turn on that notification bell so you never miss a video, and peace.